Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern. We are backstage New York Fashion Week, the Spring-Summer 2017 shows. We're at Leanne Marshall, and we're here with the ever-fabulous Jon Reyman.
Hi.
How many shows have you done so far?
This is 12.
Out of how many?
Out of 1 million. We're doing 13 here in New York, and then I've got 7 in London.
Well, fancy
yeah.
pants. And speaking of fancy
I'm going
pants,
to London.
we have to talk about what he's wearing because people always say to me, what do you wear to Fashion
What am
Week?
I wearing? I don't know. I make this stuff
What are you
myself
wearing?
in my basement. Nah, it's just like stuff. I don't know. Stuff.
Okay, and the point is to be casual if you're backstage.
Comfortable. I need to be able to do splits and yoga and handstands and then do some hair.
And he does because there are like 1 million people in here. This is our only inch, but I want to see that
Exactly.
cartwheel later. Okay,
All right.
so you're actually going to break down the look for us,
Yeah.
and we're really excited.
Cool. So we've got a great look. I think it's interesting. It's cool. It feels really relevant of what's happening on the runway this season. And I think it's also just cool girl stuff, right? So the first thing we did was we used some Olivia Garden brushes and we blew dry a lot of Aveda products.
I'm going to stand over here so you can see. All right,
Come on over here. So we used a lot of Aveda Pure Abundant Style Prep and some thickening tonic, and we did a really nice technique of blow drying where we take the brush and we actually twist the hair as we come through like this, and then we cook it as we go, and it gives it just a nice little kink to it. So what we do is we get like this little gentle wave, and then we wanted that really kind of fuzzy hair. So really what we're doing is we're just coming through and just pulling that hair through and then working our way through into a nice twist. So that's the first technique we did. And then after we have this general texture, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start to put the hair up into its ponytail, and then it's not. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. And we really
Which means I'm coming over here, sorry.
And we want to leave this front out. We really like this kind of out, and then we're just going to really gently just pull the hair through with our fingers. And I'm just going to take some elastic cord, nice and light, doesn't have to be too perfect. The idea is it's really just kind of loosen on its own. I'm going to take the elastic cord, I'm just going to tie that around a couple times and then give that a little pull. Good. Once around, twice around, and then what we'll do is we'll tie that as another knot to secure it, then we'll cut that. Look at that. Takes an army, right? And then we're going to come through and just give that a little texture. Next thing we're going to do in order to create the knot, we're going to take a rubber band and a grip and a rubber band. So what we've done is we've kind of secured one of these, and it's grip and a rubber band and then a grip. And we're just going to take this and bring this over here into the side here. I'm going to lift this up like this. And then what I want to do is I want to bring this over to secure it, right? And then what that does is it creates a cool little fold. And then from that fold, we get to create this really interesting little knot. So the idea is whenever we're working with the way we work, we want to create these really curated dynamic feels. And, you know, it's simple, and yet it has an interesting look to it. So as we secure this, we just go in, and then the idea is let some of this fly away. So a very simple end result, nice and textured. And then we can just kind of go in and just sort of let some of this out. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of bring this forward and then just we're going to make this a bit shiny, so we're going to put a little oil in there just to kind of flatten it out.
What do you use to make it shiny?
We're going to be we can actually use some hairspray actually to really start to bring some of that shine. We're going to use probably some Aveda texturizing cream. I think each girl sort of is their own girl as we start to refine the finished look.
That is amazing that you did such a beautiful thing. I'm going to have her turn to the back a little bit the other way so you can see. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. So when people beat us up, they're saying, I'm tired of the messy buns and the ponytails and the long loose waves.
Why? Why are they beating you up? Be nice.
Yeah,
be nice
don't
to
beat up
be.
Mulhern. Why is that important for the salon world?
Why is it important to be able to do this, to know it? So here's the thing, right? To me, there's a style that's happening this season and has been for a while, is kind of that finished, unfinished, that cool girl, I care but I don't care, and I look like I don't care but I actually spend a little time on it. And it's a delicate balance, and I think, you know, as we get better at what we do, as we refine, it's about the mastery, it's about that curation, it's about those details that make things excellent. So the difference between Prada and H&M is the difference between the details, right? So H&M makes the same thing, but the seams are different, and the cut is a little different, and the fabric is a little different, and the quality is a little different. So for me, as I'm working backstage and I'm doing work, I'm really working with curated tools, and I'm working with curated designers, and I'm working with curated hair and curated makeup. So the idea is those details are so important. I'm not just putting a box on top of somebody's head. I'm actually designing something that's specific, and it has this look, and it's different than if I did a twisted one, another one with a braid. So there's all these variations, and these are the conversations I have with designers as they are building their clothing. You know, what's the difference between teal and aqua, and really what's the season that they're trying to say about their look. For me as a hairstylist, the better I get, the more refined I get, and the more specific I get about the excellence of what I work with, like the Olivia Garden tools, the Aveda products, and then also the finished results.
Wow.
How was that?
You're an easy
That was
interview.
very
All right,
serious.
so for education, how does one find you? I know you teach.
Yeah. So I'm on the road a lot with Aveda. I have salons in New York, LA, San Francisco. We do education out of there at Spoken Wheel. You can find me on Instagram at Jon Reyman Hair, Jon Reyman Pro. We have all of this information that lives online as curated curriculum that shows you how to do what we do and how to be the best in the world. And that's really what we're about being the best. We're not about being mediocre. We're not about being okay. We're about being the best in the world.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us this time.
Cool. Not bad.
No, that's great.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.